I got a girl that compliments my fly, and when it goes down, I know she gon' ride. I finally got somebody I can call mine.
Music licensing reimagined.
I got a girl that compliments my fly, and when it goes down, I know she gon' ride. I finally got somebody I can call mine. My one time for the one time.
My husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. Fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband. I am filled with joy now because I have a wonderful man in my life. And although my marriage to my ex is over, I should have stayed with my husband. Now, believe me, he was no angel. But guess what? Neither was I. I just thought I was better than the man. Peace.
Wow.
That was
I did not know she found love again. So that surprised me. Welcome, you guys. I'm Lady Di. This is my husband, James. I know you probably have seen me around, but
streets.
Look in these YouTube streets. But yeah, so we just wanted to
in the mother streets.
I would never. But we wanted to come together as husband and wife. Sorry, I was supposed to say wife and husband. That was your line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she always trying to but no, man, honestly, with this video, like I really appreciate it. Somebody, especially as an older elder woman, coming out and basically speaking the truth. Because a lot of times these younger women don't hear this type of information until it's too late. So I'm just happy that she actually, did her job and did her duty as a woman to say, hey, I'm putting myself out there. I was wrong. This is things I did. And this are the things I should have improved on. And even though I'm happy right now, I still knew what I did was wrong. Because a lot of times when people move into a different relationship, they say, well, at least I got somebody else that's good and I'm okay. Rather than saying, hey, I still was jacked up in that old relationship and I could have did a lot better. So
yeah, I was surprised to hear her say after all of that, I still should have never left my husband. Because I was like, so are you saying you don't like the husband you have now? That confused me. I think
she's got a man. She's got a man now. But and I think too that her saying that, I think honestly that man can respect that she's with. Like if I was with her. And she was able to take accountability. no, facts. Just lay it out. Just like if I was able to take if I seen a woman that was able to take accountability for actions in the past, say, hey, I made mistakes, I made this, that's showing me that she has a level of correction that she can apply when we in our relationship. So a lot of these women out here, they can't do that.
That's true, but what if I said I should have never left my husband and I'm with you? Because you're like, well, go be with him then.
No, that's just showing that because he's already moved on. She's just basically saying that, hey, this was the mistakes I made. So say if you was talking about your old relationships and you say, hey, I made this mistake, I did this, I did that, I should have never left. I messed up. I can respect that because everybody in any relationship, they can say, hey, I did this wrong. I could have did better with this. You know what I'm saying? But she was actually married. She made a covenant with the Most High. So if you made a covenant with the Most High, you should be able to hold that. But she thought she was better than her man, but she had to basically humble herself in order for her to get better. Now since she got better, she's healed. Now she can have a productive relationship with a man, a good man at that, because she knows she's not going to make that same mistake.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I do feel that, we should be able to be accountable for the things that we've done that are wrong. It's not always a one-sided situation like, oh, well, he did this and he did that, or she did this and she did that. It's always about we did something, right? Either it wasn't listening, it wasn't, having proper communication, it wasn't even just like stating what you feel and what you want. Sometimes we, hold back and don't say anything. So I believe that, a lot of that could be the cause, but it's nice to hear, years later, she's like, okay, yeah, that was wrong. And, I would teach people around me. She made the video. I would teach others, hey, don't do this. So she made it, it made it public, which was even better. Yeah. But, I was in her shoes before.
Yeah. And there's a lot of men and it's a lot of women right now in their 30s going through divorce right now. They like, oh, I'm just like how she was. I'm better than this man, and he's not. He haven't bought a house yet, or he hasn't did this. He hasn't did this yet. Whatever. But all that stuff is coming in the future, but he hasn't did it right now. So they basically leaving that man. Hopefully they're gonna try to find somebody else, and then when they don't find somebody else, either they're gonna hate men or they're gonna be like her that found reality is like, okay, I was messed up, and then a man can be able to take you in then because he sees that you're different than most women. But if you continue to talk negative about men, or you continue to, be negative light, nobody's going to be around you, even women. A lot of women like now it's like, hey, I'm not with that drama stuff. They almost have female friends. So they like, hey, I'm good.
Yeah.
So, So in this time period, we have a lot of people talking on YouTube. We've got a lot of people that's actually pushing out good information. So this is the time for us to learn and heal from the traumas that we have. We can actually self-correct, look within first. Because a lot of times everybody always looking outside and looking at the other person. They should have did this. They should have did this. When it's actually, they could have did a lot better in their relationship. So look at yourself first and correct yourself. And once you correct yourself, you'll see change in that other person. Because they're going to be like, dang, this person doing this or doing that. And I'm sitting here being the same old fool. I got to now correct. Or because they can't say, well, when you tell them, hey, you doing this wrong, they can't say, hey, well, you doing this wrong, you doing this because you already correct that. You know what I mean? So you got to be the change you want to see.
Yeah. But I was saying that I was in her shoes before. You didn't hear me.
I heard you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I just wanted to say that I was in her shoes. Now, I didn't get a divorce. I wasn't married until me and him got married. But I was almost in her shoes in a sense of losing him, right? So we were not married, but there was a time like, the last one, I was like, I left. And then I was like, yeah, no, it didn't feel right. So I could have been in her shoes. So even though we weren't married, I could have left and then, left a good thing. And then marriage or not, I would have been the one, damn, I should have kept him, And I'm so glad that I came to my senses really, really early. I'm glad that I learned this early. I'm glad that, those feelings did come over me. And I, listened to the tips that were given to me learning from observation, learning that, okay, well, this guy isn't bad. He's not bad at all, but I was painting a picture of him being bad because of the situations that was going on. Meanwhile, that was just the situation. That wasn't his character. So I had to learn the difference, because what we do is, oh, he did this to me. Now, automatically, he's a bad dude. Or now, automatically, he's controlling. Or all of these words that we like to throw at men. So I had to learn, like, no, that's not his character at all. That's just what had happened at the time. And you know what? It was probably a misunderstanding. Sometimes we got to think of it like that. Because at the end of the day, we're going to look at, is he there for me? If I call him right now, is he going to jump in the car and come to my rescue? There's many different factors. You have to look at everything. One bad argument doesn't mean that the person is not good for you. As long as you guys are not constantly being toxic, meaning you're always arguing, and then there's a lot of, mental abuse, physical abuse. Yeah, no, that's not what you need to do. If you're just having an argument and you're just yelling, you guys are both yelling back and forth, does that mean that it's always like a toxic? No, it means that you can't hear, right? You can't hear the person talk. He can't hear you talk, and y'all don't even know what y'all talking about.
Exactly.
So that's not really, I wouldn't say that's toxic. That's just one need to be quiet, other one need to listen, other one needs to be quiet, other one needs to listen. And then you keep doing that. So that means that you have to have better communication. It does not mean that the person is bad, because that's what I used to think, you know? So I'm just sharing what I thought and what I self-corrected. And I was like, no, that's not going to be good. Let me make sure that I'm giving him a fair opportunity like he gave me. So.
Yep. So we gotta let our egos down. So that's one major thing that she did, especially at her age. A lot of times people don't change. So I'm so happy for the growth of her. I'm happy for a new relationship, and I hope she be successful. I hope she can, if her and her ex had kids, they can was co-parented well, and the kids can learn from them, and they don't make the same mistakes. Because in order for this to change, we can't keep pointing fingers at one another. We sit at panels yelling at each other all day, and it's not getting anywhere. So we actually we have solutions. We actually have things. We actually have some wins. We have some losses too as well. But celebrate the wins. You know, we always can't celebrate the loss every day.
Yeah.
You know, so if we fell in that one part, all right, let's cling on the things that we're good at. And then once we cling on that together, all right, cool, we good at these now. Let's fix on these little issues that we have as community. And then once we start changing one at a time, we'll become a better community for our kids. And then they can take the torch and make it better for their kids. So, and
the key word you said is one at a time. What do we like to do? You got to change this, that. Wait, there's some more. Like, one at a time. Because what happens? No one changes overnight unless it's something that needs to be changed overnight, like something drastic is going to hurt and harm the family, right? But at the end of the day, nothing happens that fast. What has to happen is the person has to understand what needs to be changed, want to change, practice. Yep. And then it can happen again. Yep. They got to practice so much that that's what they are now. Yep. They have to literally be the person that, you know, they want to see in that change. Yep. And it depends on the person. It depends on what it is. It takes time. So you have to be patient.
And don't put too much pressure on each other, guys. All right. So we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold.